From Golden Lions Field on the campus of Dowling College in Shirley, New York, this is Verizon Fios One Sports presentation of Suffolk County Girls Soccer, as tonight is the Class AA Championship game between West Islip and Smithtown West. Hi everyone, alongside Tracy Weiner, I'm Sadiq Faruqi. Glad to have you aboard on Verizon Fios One Sports for what should be an exciting matchup between two very hot teams coming into this stretch. You have one team in Smithtown West, a dominant scoring machine. West Islip, sort of the Cinderella story, the 5 seed getting to the championship game. Tracy, this is where it all comes to a head.
Absolutely. If you had asked anybody in August, would they predict this game? Probably not. But as the season played out, you could see it coming. These are the two hottest teams in Suffolk County. This is going to be a great matchup. They split during the season, but make no mistake about it, with everything on the line tonight, this could be one epic, epic soccer game.
A big reason that West Islip is in this game has been the play of one of their midfielders, Vanessa Constantino.
Well, I know Vanessa Constantino very, very well. She only knows how to play sports one way, and that's 100 miles an hour. There is no off switch on her. She is already a Long Island champion in another sport, and this team is going to rely on her to bring them their first county title. She will take all the pressure that is needed. She will take every hard matchup. She will win every 50-50 ground ball, and she will do everything possible to lead them to the promised land.
Well, we talked about Smithtown West scoring prowess. They have one of the most exciting players on Long Island, a freshman in Alicia Doust.
Alicia Doust, even though she's a freshman, she doesn't play that way. She's already being considered for the U19 team, one of the most dynamic players that we will see, and we get the pleasure of seeing her for 4 years. She is hoping to bring the very first county championship to Smithtown and bring them on what she hopes will be a 4-year run. She has the ability to do that.
Buckle in, is going to be a good one here in the Class AA Championship game. Starting lineups and opening kickoff when we return. It's Suffolk County Girls Soccer on Verizon Fios One Sports.
This is action. This is drama. This is the best in entertainment for everyone. This is over 100 premium channels like HBO, Showtime, Cinemax.
Kohler, Serta, Impagliazzo, an impressive sophomore, and Gillespie starting on defense. Paige Sherlock, Vanessa Constantino, the player to look for, Jessica Vendetti, Caitlin Appel in the midfield, Roman and Walsh rounding out the starting lineup for West Islip. In goal, Callie Leffler getting the start, had 12 saves in the upset victory over Northport in the semifinal game. Sensational effort by the junior goalkeeper. As you got to look there at the head coach, now in his 7th season for West Islip, Nick Greco played his collegiate soccer at High Point University, played high school at West Islip, a West Islip graduate. Actually coached at East Islip before coming over and coaching the girls, now in his 7th season. And his team in the championship game, he has a 2009 Long Island Championship under his belt. Let's get you the Smithtown West starting lineup. Cuccia, Cabello, Rainey, and Funk starting on the back line. Sheridan, Gibbons, Donovan, Harrington, and Kehoe in the midfield. A very tall, strong in the air midfield for Smithtown West. And the lone forward, Alicia Dowse. Most of the times they play her as a lone forward. Your starting lineup for Smithtown West. Bernadette Savino starting in goal. Savino, the junior, allowing only 4 goals this entire season. As you get a look there at the semifinal effort, 11 saves against Lindenhurst. Smithtown West coming away with a dramatic late game win, scoring the game-winning goal with 7 seconds left in that game. Rob Schritzmeyer, now in his 7th season as the head coach of Smithtown West High School, a very active presence here in the Long Island soccer community, really big in the club level, the youth level, and he has molded this Smithtown West into one of the strongest programs in Suffolk County. Now let's get you the keys to the game with Tracy Weiner.
For West Islip, they need to be strong in their transition defense, as Smithtown West loves to push the pace. And for them, they don't want to be in the middle of the field. They want to use the alleys. They want to keep the ball to the outsides where they feel that they're strongest. For Smithtown West, they simply want to play their own game. They want West Islip to have to adjust to them. They don't want to make adjustments to West Islip. And for them, they want to own the midfield. They're big, they're strong, and they're fast. Coach says he wants to bring it right down the gut.
Smithtown West comes into this game with a 17-2 record, 13-1 in conference. That one loss coming in the first meeting with West Islip, losing that game 1-0. That back on September 17th. Smithtown West would get revenge in the second meeting, scoring a 1-0 victory of their own. Tracy, this is the third time these two teams are meeting, and both coaches are very well aware of that.
They are, and it's got a whole different vibe right now. I mean, when it's the playoffs, it's just a whole different feeling to know that when whoever wins tonight gets to move on. Whoever loses, obviously, their season is over. It just, you know, you look on the field right now, the size of Smithtown West is overwhelming almost, but the heart of West Islip is what got them this far. You know, they're hoping that it'll take them the rest of the way.
And that's exactly what Rob Schretzmeyer expressed about his opponent at West Islip. As you get a look at the officials for tonight's game, Anthony DeSimone, Greg Brannick, and Scott Downs. We are ready to go here in Dowling College, the Class AA championship game between Smithtown West and West Islip. Smithtown West in the white, West Islip in the blue. Tracy, what do you look for early on?
Well, I'm going to look for Smithtown West to try to dominate early. They really want West Islip to play from behind in this game. They want to give them absolutely no momentum at all, if at all possible. They have been a hot scoring team, and they want to get on the board first.
West Islip likes to play that traditional 4-4-2 formation. As for Smithtown West, they like to come out in a 4-2-3-1 formation, Tracy. They like to feature their number 7, their forward, Alicia Douse, the exciting freshman coming into this game, 12 goals, 5 assists.
Douse is a special player. She's going to draw a special matchup, though, and we'll see how that plays out today. I think the role players are going to have to step up a little bit and give her some space, but I definitely think that she wants to make her presence known this evening.
West Islip, the number 5 team, as Tracy mentioned, they're going to try to use this wide field here at Dowling College to their advantage. An early foul here, so a reset for West Islip, and this is one of the areas, Tracy, where West Islip is going to have to capitalize these dead ball chances.
Well, Coach says that he likes it when they're in their set pieces. He thinks that that's their strength as long as they can capitalize. He said it's imperative for them to capitalize on the set plays tonight.
So Carly Kohler, senior captain, will line this one up. Puts it into some bodies. Immediately you see the size of Smithtown West as a shot sails over the crossbar. Tracy, that is an intimidating size differential for Smithtown West, as you see there Caitlin Appel, who got the shot there off the set piece.
Well, and there's a nice ball, comes right in. It happens to just come out to Appel, who takes the shot at it, but just misses the cage. That's a great way to get started. You have to remember that Smithtown West has never won a county title. So as the regular season means one thing, but in these big games, the butterflies are everywhere right now.
West Islip, Long Island champions in 2009, defeating powerhouse Massapequa in the Long Island championship game, as we saw in the graphic earlier. 1989 New York State champions. Well, they got a big-time matchup here as a shot over the crossbar by Vanessa Costantino. Tracy, a player that we highlighted at the top of the broadcast, a player you're very familiar with.
Yes, I am very familiar with Nessie, as we like to call her. She's one of those players that just always finds a way to win. She has a nose for the ball. No matter what sport she's playing, it doesn't matter. Like I said, she plays with no fear, and you can't teach that to a young lady. You know, they either have that about them or they don't, and Costantino has it about her. She'll be going to Syracuse, a big-time lacrosse program in a couple of years, where her sister just graduated from, you know, starting goalie there. It's just bred in them, you know, and this is the type of game that she thrives in. And she's going to have to do miracles, though, because Smithtown West, I mean, what are they giving up, 4 goals the entire season? This is a team that really feels that it's their time.
Vanessa Constantino comes into this game, 11 goals, 5 assists on the season. And Tracy mentioned the sizable goal differential for this Smithtown West team, 63-4. They feature 12-0, 10-0, and 9-0 wins this season, as they're going to get a chance here from a free kick about 35 yards out. This ball played in low and cleared out. Smithtown West still on it. They're going to try to use that size in the 6-yard box. A swing and a miss by a defender, and it goes over the touchline. It's going to be a goal kick. So danger averted there for West Islip.
Yeah, that was a broken play, and sometimes those are the ones that it happens. You'll see here, the ball comes in, bodies are all around it, and right here is the swing and the miss, and right back into it. But again, that's, you know, one of those plays that Smithtown really wants to try to capitalize on.
This is Paige Sherlock, midfielder for West Islip, trying to clear it out of danger. The Smithtown West team wants to really keep the action in the center of the pitch and use their size. They're very good in the air, one of the best teams in the air on Long Island, according to Coach Greco of West Islip, whereas he wants his team to use their speed and try to attack down the flanks. Talking about this field, Golden Lions field at Dowling College, Tracy, and the wide dimensions and how that really suits his team well.
Absolutely. When you have a team that's speedy and small, you like to use the outsides of the field. You don't want to have to clog up the middles and hope that you can win those 50-50 balls in the air. That's not going to be how West Islip wins this evening. They're going to have to expose the whole field.
This is Naya Serta, number 4. Defender for West Islip, trying to make something happen on that right side. Ball taken down by Julia Impagliazzo, promising sophomore defender, the youngest starter on this West Islip team. As you see Smithtown West trying to keep the ball in the air and use that to their advantage. West Islip so far, Tracy, showing no fear, making those little runs in the central third.
West Islip has no fear. That's how they play. And both of these teams, this is going to be a very physical game. I don't expect it to be a dirty game. It's going to be a clean game, but it's going to be very, very physical.
As we see our first look at Alicia Doust, the promising 9th grader for Smithtown West.
I can only tell you that as good as Doust is, and she is remarkable, it's still a 14-year-old playing in her first county final.
Amazing to think about it that way.
Well, if I'm the coach, I'm the happiest human on the pitch right now. But I just think that there is still something. You're going to have to give her a few minutes to get into the groove of this game.
As Doust tries to run onto a beautiful ball, tries to cross it into the box. A good cross at that. And unable to do anything there was Sydney Donovan. And it's cleared out of danger. A beautiful ball there by Alexa Sheridan to try to spring Doust on that right side. And right there we got a preview of the speed that Doust features and why she's so dangerous.
Sure, well, Doust right here stays with it, and then just a miss hit right there. You had a few opportunities, and again, Smithtown's just missing. Donovan had an opportunity, but didn't get the best kick that she would like.
And you saw there Donovan with that size, a shot on goal, whistled wide, but Smithtown West getting their opportunities here early on. As you get a look at the brackets for the Suffolk Class AA, West Islip and Smithtown West. The big one there in the semifinals, West Islip upsetting the defending Suffolk County champions in Northport.
Well, Northport, it's so hard to always play every game with the X on your back. And again, West Islip just brings a certain mentality every time they take the field that they can win.
It's the same Northport team that defeated Smithtown West in last year's playoff, a very, very good Smithtown West team.
Absolutely. And that stays with them. I mean, when you're a soccer school like Smithtown West is, and your girls are so invested in the program.
Now Smithtown West again going to the air inside the 18-yard box. And this one Shot wide by Sheridan. Smithtown West trying to keep it in. Is going to be a deep throw-in for the Bulls.
They're applying a lot of pressure right now, Smithtown West. And like I said, when you're a soccer town, which is what they are and invested in, you take those losses and you carry them for the year. And coach is calm. He was calm before the game. You know, and that plays well for the girls. If the coach isn't stressed, the girls aren't stressed.
Rob Stretzmeyer, who takes so much pride in developing young talent. A lot of these girls he has known since the youth level, since their early club years. And he talked about, with a lot of pride, just how big the youth club level is here with Smithtown, one of the biggest in the nation. So West Islip trying to advance the ball into Smithtown West territory. Kylie Walsh crossing into the box just a little far for her player in the 18. As the Lions trying to attack here on the counter, Julia Impagliazzo, a defender playing far up on that right flank for West Islip.
Well, she's playing that high up because she's guarding Doust. I mean, that is her role it was her role in the first 2 games apparently, and it's continuing to be her role this evening.
You have a sophomore guarding one of the most promising freshmen in the county.
It's a lot of confidence right there by the coaching staff.
So West Islip again trying to attack down the right flank, and Tracy, that's where we've seen all the action in the offensive third for West Islip.
It's exactly what the coach wanted them to do. That's their game plan, and they're listening to coaching. That's the thing about West Islip and all the sports. They're listening to coaching. Smithtown West, both of them are very confident in their coaching staffs. 4
shots by West Islip, 2 by Smithtown West. Early confidence here by the Lions as they try to keep the ball in Smithtown West end of the field. Again, using that right side, Kylie Walsh, senior captain, making a lot of those runs, and they get a deep throw in here. Kylie Walsh has been impressive so far, Coach.
She sure has, and again, you're going to need more than 1 or 2 people to win this game, and West Islip knows how to win.
Ball cross at the top of the 18, trying to make a run onto it is Gianna DiCarlo. And it's going to be a goal kick for Smithtown West.
DiCarlo gets the turn and fire right here. Lets it go through her feet, turns and fires with the left foot, but just puts it wide.
But again, West Islip making things happen in the offensive third, deep in the third, and on a couple of occasions now in the 18-yard box.
Yeah, but they still haven't had that shot on goal where you've tested the goalie at this point. You know, they're fishing around, but nothing concrete yet.
The Smithtown West team was 13-3 last year, falling in the semis to the eventual champions Northport, the team that West Islip would upset in this year's semifinals, as West Islip still danger. Shot here on goal, that by Paige Sherlock. So West Islip continues to create their own opportunities. Correction, that was Jess Bandetti. Bandetti winding up there from about 20 yards out. And again, the confidence is exuberant here by this West Islip team going right at Smithtown West.
Absolutely, and they're using their speed to their advantage. That was a great setup there. They just didn't put it on cage.
This is Miranda Gibbons. She can create her own shot, had it taken away by 2 defenders. And it's going to be a throw-in for Smithtown West. Gibbons, who will be playing her college soccer at the University of Tampa next fall. One of 2 players committed collegiately. Alexa Sheridan, number 5, committed to Marist next fall. A very talented roster. A good play there by Vanessa Casatino. As West Islip trying to reorganize themselves in the central end of the defense. And a foul. This one's going to be a late whistle, but nonetheless, West Islip's going to have another reset here.
Boy, Sheridan really takes up right there. Boy, she goes down like a ton, but gets right back up. I'd like to see that.
Good action so far in this first half.
Absolutely. It's exactly what we want to see. And both coaches said they knew it was going to be a track meet, end line to end line.
This one on goal, and having to be alert there is Savino. But again, West Islip challenging the back four of Smithtown West.
Well, they're going to keep doing that all game long and hoping to break through at some point. They're not going to stop what they're doing, and they're not going to change it up. You know, every time they're anywhere near the cage in that scoring area, they're going to take a shot at the goal.
West Islip with playoff wins over Smithtown East. As you get a look there at the shots, 5 for West Islip to Smithtown West 4. West Islip with wins over Smithtown East 3-2. A 1-0 win over Hauppauge in the quarterfinals, and the aforementioned 2-0 win over Northport. 2 early goals by Alyssa Gillespie and Cassidy Rollman. Callie Leffler, the goaltender, making 12 saves in that one, propelling them to the finals. A handball on Smithtown West. Allie Rainey not agreeing with the call.
There? Oh, no, it was definitely a handball, whether it's advertent, inadvertent. Rainey's going to get called for that.
So another free kick here for West Islip. Carly Kohler playing it towards the top of the 18. And West Islip, credit them, they've disrupted Smithtown West motion going forward, but we've seen the schedule, a lot of 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins, so this is a Smithtown West team that likes to pick and choose their spots. We talked about their offense generally playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. Sometimes they'll change it up a little bit and bring up Alexis Sheridan and go with a more traditional 4-4-2, and so far they have featured Doust as that lone forward. But so far, West Islip has done a great job disrupting those forward attacks, so we're going to get a substitution here for West Islip. Kylie Walsh, who's had a very high work rate so far in this first half, will come out of the game, as Kelsey Krupke, a junior, will check in.
They're going to have to possibly do something on Smithtown West. I know they like to feature Doust, but both of their games against West Islip were 1-0 games.
Krupke trying to make an immediate impact off the bench, running onto that ball. Great job by the Smithtown West defense, and now Alicia Doust trying to make something happen. You see the quick turn of speed, trying to get around 2 defenders. Excellent play there by Alyssa Gillespie. But again, you see how dangerous, how quick Doust is. You get a look there at Rob Schretzmeyer. His assistant coach is Steve Iannone. Head coach for Smithtown West, now in his 7th season. Coached 1 year at Smithtown East with the boys side before coming over to Smithtown West. The Bulls of Smithtown West. Sarah Harrington on the ball, trying to get a left-footed effort, and is picked up by Leffler.
That's great defense, and that's the thing about West Islip, is that one-on-one defense. They're so good at body positioning. Footwork is so good. And as good as Smithtown West is, it's going to have to be the passing game. They're going to have to just really attack, and not just in the 1v1s. They're really going to have to get some passing plays going and get that defense moving.
Under 24 minutes left here in the first half. A good back and forth first half between West Islip and Smithtown West. Sadiq Faruqi and Tracy Weiner, glad to have you aboard on Verizon Fios 1 Sports. Suffolk County Class AA Championships, the 5-seed West Islip and the 2-seed Smithtown West. And we talked about Smithtown West scoring prowess. 63-4 is their goal differential coming into this game. That is a whopping goal differential. It's a team that has the ability to go off at any time. But so far, Coach, West Islip has done a great job disrupting in the midfield and launching their own attacks down the right flank.
Well, it's not any different than in season. Again, of all the goals that Smithtown West has scored, it wasn't against West Islip.
Good ball here on the outside, and even better play there by Naya Serta, disrupting along the top of the 18. This one played back in. Did it take a deflection? It did. And a corner kick for Smithtown West. And Coach, this is where they're dangerous, with that size and the ability to bring forward numbers in the 18.
And you'll see right here, just trying to get the ball in to flex off of a West Islip defender. Gianna DiCarlo will get our first corner of the night.
It'll be Alexis Sheridan. We talked about Sheridan's ability to score and create a good corner here. Ball loose at the top of the 6. But Harrington unable to turn on that one, and an excellent defensive play by Sherlock. And West Islip's able to get this one out. Here's the substitute, Krupski. Krupski trying to get around defender there, Ali Rainey. Rainey having none of it. And Smithtown West will have a deep throw in from their own end. But an excellent job there by West Islip off the corner kick. Excellent play there by Paige Sherlock, getting it out of danger and creating an opportunity there for West Islip. So far, neither team, Coach, has really established any sort of control in the midfield area. It's been a series of launched attacks, counterattacks. What needs to change here for Smithtown West? We saw them in the first few minutes come out, really try to establish, control the ball. What do they need to do differently here in the midfield?
Well, I just feel like it's all about the 50-50 balls at this point. And West Islip is completely dominating in that area. They're all over the field. They're challenging every ball, sometimes sending more than one player, doing everything possible to disrupt Smithtown West. And so, just like Coach said, Smithtown West at this point, I don't feel like they're playing their game. I feel like they're allowing West Islip to kind of dictate what's going on.
Rob Schretzman, as opposed there by Nick Greco. Greco, 7th-year headman for West Islip. West Islip, ironically, scoring the only goal that Smithtown West allowed in conference play this season. And you look at the defensive play by Juliana Cabello, Brianna Kutza. Two tall defenders. There's another couple of substitutions here for West Islip, as you get a look there at Dominique Sarcona and Kylie Walsh coming back into the game. Kylie Walsh, very impressive in the first 20 minutes of this contest.
Well, I think that both teams are playing smart. They're still kind of feeling each other out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. Be interesting to see what happens when people start to get a little winded as the first half rolls on. Everybody's still going on adrenaline right now.
Well, it's a championship game, Coach. You said it. If they can't get up for this one, what game can they get up for? Under 20 minutes to play here in the first half. No score from Golden Lions Field. Beautiful campus of Dowling College, a very beautiful athletic facility. Coach, you and I got a chance to walk around the stadium, walk around this athletic complex. They do a magnificent job here. A great setting for a championship game. A shot on goal. And an adventure there for Callie Leffner. That one from about 35 yards out, taken by Marissa Funk.
Well, when you watch Funk here, she gets the ball on the outside and gets all the foot in it and just goes over the top. You get the sense that it's going to be that kind of play that ultimately ends up in a goal for somebody.
We talked about the physicality that this Smithtown West team brings to the field. A foul there as Alyssa Gillespie took a spill. Gillespie scoring in that semifinal game against Northport. So another reset for the Lions.
I just feel like soccer is a physical game to begin with. Not that one team is more physical than the next. I just think the nature of it, you have to be physical to play this game.
Played ahead by Kira Kehoe, defender for Smithtown West. Smithtown West, the number 2 seed. Coach Schretzmeyer talking about the home field advantage that they had in the playoffs and just some of the little things as far as not having to travel, the ability to see his team during the school hours as that ball is comfortably taken by Bernadette Savino, and just some of the advantages that a home team would have in the playoffs, getting the home crowd and now having a sizable crowd here at Dowling College. It's been a special season, 17-2 overall record, 13-1 in conference. That only loss coming to West Islip.
Well, the stands are definitely packed. Both of these communities come out in force.
Harrington, beautiful ball for Doust. Doust muscling her way forward and earning It's either a deep throw-in or a corner, and it looks like it's going to be a corner kick. So great work there by the 9th grader.
Dowse is going to have to just figure it out, as we like to say. She's still young, and she has to learn how to get away from her defender and make stuff happen. It looks like it's going to be a throw, though, as opposed to a kick.
My mistake. It's a deep throw-in for Smithtown West. As Rainey tries to play it in, kind of got under that ball, and it's played by Loeffler.
Yeah, they tried to turn that into a kick by giving it right back off the throw, but she just didn't give enough foot on it.
But again, in limited spots so far, Coach, here in the first half, we've seen Allie Dowse and that quick turn of speed she has. When you describe a forward, you describe them as either somebody who runs onto the ball and can make something happen, or a back to the goal forward, somebody who can receive the ball and make that quick turn of speed. So far, we've seen both out of Dowse. Very impressive from the freshman.
I think here she comes right now. This is a great steal. She's got a lot of green space here.
Dowse playing into the box. Defender falls down. A shot on goal, and it's whistled wide.
That was the
Excellent
best
chance there by Sydney Donovan.
Absolutely. The best scoring opportunity so far. Dowse gets the steal, gets the ball into the corner, unselfishly gives it up. Right here as the defender falls. Dowse has plenty of time. She really should have set that ball and took a look at the cage before she put the left foot on it, but she might want that back.
That's the look that she had, noticing a defender falling down. Sydney Donovan unable to convert on that opportunity. As we remain scoreless here with just over 15 to play from Golden Lions Field, Dowling College, Shirley, New York. Glad to have you aboard on Verizon Fios Sports.
You definitely see Dowse.
Tracy Wiener.
Sorry, my apologies. You definitely see Dowse starting to get a little more comfortable now. The last few plays have been really at another level. In the beginning, it looked like she was just trying to get comfortable. Now she looks like she's ready to take over.
Juliana Cabello, the free kick. Dangerous ball there.
Yeah, too much foot on that. Just went over the top of the cage. It's a great setup here. And you see she tries to get over the wall and instead gets over everything. And, I mean, she could have got 3 points on it.
So both crowds starting to come to life here. You hear the chants of, I believe that we, the Team USA chant from over the World Cup. 9-5 now. Smithtown West, they were outshot 5-4 earlier in this half. Both teams technically with 1 shot on goal. And play starting to get really physical here. A foul on West Islip. As Smithtown West will have a free kick. Marissa Funk taking the fall there.
That's okay. Right here, feet get caught up. I think Funk's going to be just fine.
West Islip with 4 fouls. Smithtown West with 2. And it'll be West Islip ball.
But Smithtown West is definitely starting to make a little run now. They're starting to dominate a little bit more. And again,
West Islip, number 13.
when you play aggressive like West Islip does, you have to be able to keep that pace up for the full 40 minutes. That is not an easy task on a huge field with all the pressure going on here right now. And Smithtown West, they're used to these kind of games. Most of these girls play, and they play at a high level. They play year-round. They're soccer girls. And I think the Butterflies, for them, are all out now, and now they're just into the game.
A bouncer on goal for Loeffler as Cassidy Rollman, number 13 for West Islip, checks into the game. Sarah Harrington, get a good look at her. Sophomore midfielder has been so instrumental, covers so much grass for the Smithtown team, and another free kick for West Islip. That's about the 5th here in the first half.
It has, but again, they have not been able to generate a real threatening scoring opportunity. They've put some runs together, but nothing that would be, would you say, wow, they should have scored on that, or they should have.
As Jess Benedetti checks back into the game for West Islip. Benedetti, a junior, likes to play forward, likes to push forward for this West Islip team. Smithtown West, we talked about the run for West Islip. Well, Smithtown West coming into this game via a dramatic game-winning goal against Lindenhurst in the semifinals. Coach, 7 seconds remaining in that game. It will be Alexa Sheridan scoring off a corner kick with 7 seconds left. It was a corner kick that she took, ran onto the ball, and deposited it home to send her team to the finals.
That's unbelievable. What an unbelievable feeling that is. And, you know, for Lindenhurst to hold this team scoreless for 80 minutes, basically, that has to hurt, but what a great effort by them as well. That's my my hometown right there where I live.
And you look at the complexion of this game, and when we talk about Smithtown West's ability to go off and the high-powered offense, but this is the kind of game, the way it's shaping up right now, this could be one of those games where you're playing for a 1-0 result.
It could be. I would imagine why not. At this point, they've played 1-0 games both times. They are probably the 2 best teams right now in Suffolk County A, obviously. And even though their seedings weren't 1 and 2, they certainly, the second half of the season, have been the best 2 teams.
West Islip, who have attacked on the right side now, looking to attack down that left flank through Vanessa Constantino. Constantino trying to find Cassidy Rollman. As it go out of bounds, it'll be Smithtown West ball, but now we're seeing West Islip trying to switch fields and attack that other side of the Smithtown West defense.
Well, they need to do something to keep the ball down here and give their defense just a little bit of a breather, because Smithtown West have been pressing for the last at least 5 to 7 minutes.
Good game here in the first half from Dowling College, Golden Lions Field. All the action on Verizon 501 Sports. Sadiq Baruki and Tracy Weiner, pleased to have you aboard. The Class AA championship game between Smithtown West and West Islip. West Islip coming into this game with a 15-3-1 overall record, 11-3 in conference play. Smithtown West 17-2 overall, 13-1 in conference play. Smithtown West trying to launch something forward. A swing and a miss there by Naya Serta. Serta will see that ball go over the touchline. A throw in here, deep throw in here for Smithtown West, and this is where they're dangerous. The ability to bring those big bodies in the 18-yard box.
Yeah, they need to get the ball up in the air on this one. The last few times through, they've kept it low, which is, you know, kind of to West Islip's advantage.
Under 10 minutes to play, scoreless here in the first. Another good disruption there by West Islip. Been stingy, going to the feet, and able to win those 50-50 balls, as you said, Coach.
And again, they kept the ball low, they keep it on the ground, and West Islip's able to just come in here and kick it out of trouble.
Coach Schretzman talking to me over the phone last night, talking about the health of his team and what a difference 1 year to another makes. Last year having some injury woes, this year completely healthy, and Coach, you would know how much of a blessing that is going to a late playoff run. Ball played into the box, headed by Harrington. Harrington has been sniffing around the goal for the better part of this first half and had a great chance there.
She sure did, and that's the setup that I'm talking about, where I feel like if Smithtown continues to put the ball up in the air, they're going to give themselves better scoring opportunities. Harrington does a great job there. She just directs it over the top.
Second shot on goal for Sarah Harrington here in the first half. And you see just the athletic package that she brings, gifted with that size, that speed, and that ability, Coach, to park herself in front of the goal, has a good nose for goal, and that's something that's innate. You can't teach that. No,
you absolutely cannot, and just to have that no fear factor of knowing when you go up in the air, you're completely vulnerable.
Smithtown West starting to apply the pressure late here in the first half, something that we really didn't see for the majority of the first half, Coach. Now really starting to establish possession.
Absolutely. I feel like they've been close. They've really had West Islip kind of on their heels, playing a very defensive game. West Islip really hasn't been in the attack zone a lot tonight.
Smithtown West looking for their first Suffolk County title. Keep in mind these two teams, well rather Smithtown West and Smithtown East at one point were one school, and ever since the split, this program is still in search of their first Suffolk County title. 7:15 remaining here in the first half. No score. Entertaining first half here from Dowling College. As Keira Kehoe tries to create something from about 40 yards out. Nothing doing there as Callie Leffler collects it.
And you'll see here, again, shooting from the outside. No one's really parked themselves in front. Nobody really gives themselves an opportunity. Kehoe does a nice job to get it in there, but her attackers really need to crash a cage on that.
West Islip, they haven't really had a sustained possession in quite some time in the offensive third. Trying to change that. Sydney Donovan, number 12, running onto it for Smithtown West. It trickles away for Alyssa Gillespie. Marissa Funk for Smithtown West, playing it back into West Islip territory. Running onto it is Doust. Doust tries to play forward for Palazzolo. Victoria Lynn Palazzolo, junior defender, playing forward. Another substitution here as Kelsey Krupski comes back into the game for West Islip, her second stint in this contest.
Sherlock's going to go down here. They didn't have a sub ready for her, but she's definitely hurting from that last play. So coach is telling her to take a knee here and let's, either collect yourself so you don't have to come out or catch a breather. She's going to come out.
Number 10, Miranda Gibbons, back into the game for Smithtown West. We referenced her earlier in this game, the Tampa commit. As West Islip will have the throw-in. Julia Impagliazzo's looked impressive here in the first half, getting the assignment of marking Alicia Doust. Has done a good job so far, sophomore guarding a super freshman, so we get the pleasure, coach, of seeing these two young talents for respectively 3 and 4 years to come.
It really is unbelievable. I mean, from a coaching standpoint, when you can say that you have arguably one of the best players and she's only a freshman, I mean, that's only happened to me once or twice in my career so far, and it was the greatest feeling ever.
And Alicia Doust was a starter last year as an 8th grader, and Coach Red Stretzmeyer praising her deeply as far as not only her sheer ability, her sheer speed, but her ability to work on her game, get better and better. Coach, you referenced this earlier in this broadcast. She trained with the U.S. under-19 national team over the summer as a 14-year-old. So she right now is in the national team pool, clearly one of the more exciting young prospects on the national level. Dangerous ball played in there. Nobody spotted it, and finally it's cleared out.
I will say the fact that she still wants to play for her high school, there's something so refreshing about that.
Harrington missed on it. She had an open look there. And Sheridan plays it out. Harrington had a clear look on goal there, and maybe just
Harrington
got a little excited there, seeing the open spot.
But this is the shot that I think could have done some damage. But, you really need to get your foot behind that. Sheridan really needs to take a big boot on that.
Sheridan with her 3rd shot of the first half. Very capable score for Smithtown West. As we approach 3.5 to play here in the first half. That 3rd shot unofficial, of course. Now Smithtown West continues to apply pressure late here in the first half. West Islip just trying to avert danger here and go into the locker room tied at 0.
Absolutely. This would be a backbreaker for West Islip if they give up a goal in the last 3 minutes or so of the half.
And again, coach, you're seeing what Smithtown West is trying to do here. They're trying to play the ball in the air, trying to use that size advantage. Just have not gotten that decisive shot or decisive header on goal.
No, but you just feel like it's coming. We're going to get a little push here. Harrington got a little overzealous on that play.
So another reset for West Islip. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. It has been an entertaining yet scoreless first half here from Dowling College, as West Islip wants to move some numbers forward for Carly Kohler. Kohler with a nice ball. That one takes a bounce at the top of the 18. There's no one able to wind up and get a shot on it, and the Bulls will look to clear. Kehoe plays it deeper into Smithtown West territory. West Islip trying to create here. Running onto it is Rollman. And it's going to be a foul on West Islip. Aggressive play there by Cassidy Rollman, the senior. And in the process, she fouls Allie Rainey.
Just trying to get by Rainey. You see right here, see her hands on her. And again, they're not going to call anything there until right here where she gets the advantage. And as soon as Rollman gets the advantage, that's it. You have to blow the whistle.
That is the 6th foul of the first half for West Islip. It has been a foul-filled first half for both teams. Another one there. And Smithtown West will have a free kick, and we talked about their size, and we talked about the danger that they can create from set pieces. Another opportunity here, Coach, to let their bigger players move forward, move towards the 18. And this ball sent in towards the face of the 18, takes a dangerous bounce shot coming, and it rolls wide. So danger averted there again. Getting the shot there was Sarah Harrington.
The ball comes out a lot to that second level. You know, you put all the girls up front, and the ball pops back out to that second level, and that's where Harrington shines. She just has to make sure that she puts the ball at least on goal.
And as we play with under a minute to play here in the first half, Smithtown West thus far unable to crack this West Islip defense. They've bent, but yet have not broken. Approaching 30 seconds. Gianna DiCarlo trying to play it out of danger. Victoria Lynn Polizio keeping it in. Time winding down here in the first, and another clearance. This one by Cassidy Rollman, but not out of danger yet. Under 10 seconds, shot on goal. And Leffler measures this one up as time will wind down here in the first half. So an entertaining yet scoreless first half from Golden Lions Field at Dowling College. We're going to go to the second half, tied at 0 here in the Suffolk Class AA Championship. We'll be back at halftime. You're watching all the action on Verizon Finals One Sports.
This game is brought to you by Rutgers University. Rutgers, revolutionary for 250 years.
Founded before America's Revolution. Birthplace of college football. Transforming the arts, humanities, teaching, thinking, research. It's where we are, where we've been, where we're headed, always forward. Rutgers, revolutionary for 250 years.
Did you know home appliance and major system breakdowns cost homeowners an average of $1,700 per year in repairs and replacements?
American Residential Warranty can help cover those costs with home service plans starting at less than $1 a day.
Plan options include coverage for central air, heat, and ductwork,
Interior electrical systems and plumbing,
major kitchen appliances,
water heaters,
washers and dryers,
garage door openers,
ceiling fans, and more.
even pools and spas.
American Residential Warranty replaced my dishwasher with a brand new one, and I only paid a small service fee.
I woke up on a Saturday morning, there was no hot water in the shower. So I called American Residential Warranty. They sent a repairman to fix the problem the same day.
Call now. There's no obligation. But hurry, if you wait until you need a home service repair,
It'll be too late.
Call 1-800-257-6609. That's 1-800-257-6609, or log on to getahomeplan.com to find out which home warranty plan is right for you.
I do it for me.
I do it to win.
Do it right.
Do it right, do it for you.
At Athletic and Fitness Trainers of Long Island, we practice what we preach.
Are you ready?
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up.
No score at halftime here at Golden Lions Field. Dowling College Suffolk Class AA Championship between the 2-seed Smithtown West and the 5-seed West Islip. Let's get you the highlights from from the first half, brought to you by Rutgers University.
Really, Smithtown West had the best scoring opportunities. Right here, you have the Douse cross that almost makes a connection right there. Donovan misses it. Right here, you have the shot by Cabela that goes over the top. Harrington's had some few shots this game. She's had the most actually on the team. As you look through, she's just almost ready. And then finally, the last one again. There's Harrington again with another opportunity right over the top. I mean, they really, Sheridan's had some opportunities. Rainey finishes up with an opportunity. They really have Smithtown West spread it out. They're really looking to send it home. They just haven't had that definitive scoring opportunity yet.
As you get a look at the first half shots, 14-5 in favor of Smithtown West. A lot of those, Coach, coming late in the second half, including the 7 fouls. Well, the bulk of the fouls by West Islip late in that second half flurry by Smithtown West.
Smithtown West is starting to wear them down. You look at these stats and you think to yourself that Smithtown West has dominated this game, and I would have to agree with that to this point. West Islip has bent, they haven't broken. Still, 40 minutes to go. An opportunity to get to the Long Island Championships, anybody's game in the second half.
Those are the first half statistics and highlights brought to you by Rutgers University. We'll be back for the start of the second half. Smithtown West and West Islip on Verizon Files 1 Sports.
Verizon Files 1 News on channels 501 and 1 is your source for news, traffic, and weather on Long Island. Every 10 minutes, get up-to-the-minute forecast with our exclusive weather on the ones. Our precision traffic updates help you with your daily Long Island commute. Files 1 News is Long Island's up-to-the-minute information resource on air, online, and on the Files mobile app. Local news, weather, traffic, and high school sports only on channels 501 and 1. Watch Verizon Files 1 News only on Verizon Files TV.
Imagine being able to clear your breakouts fast with a revolutionary new acne treatment that's actually good for your skin. Announcing all new Proactive Plus, the combination of acne medicine plus ultra perfecting skincare. Television star Kristen Ritter calls it a miracle.
I love the new Proactive Plus. It's fighting all my breakouts, and my skin is like porcelain.
The results are astonishing. Your skin is not only clear, but smooth and sexy. It's our smartest, fastest, most effective solution ever. And now, new skincare is in every step to balance acne-prone skin with needed hydration and more.
I have to tell you, this is different. Just look at my before and after pictures. That doesn't lie.
So grab your phone and dial the number on your screen now, because today shipping is free. And get 3 free gifts, a $96 value for just $29.95. Call now.
You will love your skin.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Cards Indoor Raceway, Drift Racing. Laser Wars. The Launch. Rollerball. Pit Stop Cafe. Cards Indoor Raceway. The place to race.
Back at Dowling College for the start of the second half. Smithtown West and West Islip scoreless in the Suffolk County Class AA Championships. Let's get you, or let's revisit rather, the Verizon Files 1 Sports keys to the game.
When you look at the keys, West Islip, their transition defense has saved them so far. They've tried to use the alleys, haven't been much on the offensive end. Smithtown West, the second half of the first half has started to play their game, and they have controlled the midfield, and that's what's led to those scoring opportunities.
Coach, what do you look for from West Islip? We talked about the early part of the first half and their ability to make those runs into the offensive third, create some opportunities. What do they need to do to get that decisive shot or shots on goal?
They really need to press, and they need to shoot from everywhere. I think that Smithtown West has had a lot of great opportunities. I think they're looking for that perfect play, and I think they've had chances where they really could have put a foot behind it and challenged the goalie here, left them, but they really just need to attack the goal.
It's been quite a second half run here for Nick Greco's West Islip Lions, upsetting Northport in the semifinals. And they find themselves here scoreless, neck and neck with Smithtown West as we begin the second half. West Islip in the blue, going right to left on your screen. Smithtown West in the white. As the Bulls will look to clear it out for Alicia Doust. Doust only with 2 touches unofficially in the first half, though she looked dangerous every time, showing off that speed, looking for somebody to cross it to. As the ball's cleared out by the West Islip defense, and that's maybe the highlight, Coach, of the first half for West Islip, their ability, or their job rather, on Alicia Doust, really locking her down in the first half.
They have, but I don't think that Smithtown should necessarily be relying on just a freshman. They have so many talented pieces that complement her, and you can tell by the shot selection. Harrington's gotten a lot of shots. Rainey took a few shots. Donovan's got a few shots. Sheridan's gotten a few shots. So in that regard, I think they've spread the ball out nicely, and I think that they're allowing the freshmen to get an opportunity to get her feet wet in a championship game.
Well, that is one of the points that Coach Schretzmeyer did highlight, that this team is very veteran-laden. They have 7 seniors on the team, and they've done a great job really calming the nerves of some of the younger members, including Alicia Doust. But here we have it. We are a few minutes into the second half of the championship game. Class AA Championship, Smithtown West in search of their first ever Suffolk County title. West Islip looking for their first Suffolk County title since winning the Long Island Championship back in 2009. You got to look there at Rob Schretzmeyer. He's built up one of the most dominant youth and club levels on Long Island, and really in the nation, and that really has paid dividends for this high school team in Smithtown West. A lot of familiarity through the ranks, as Bernadette Savino, who has only allowed 4 goals all season. We emphasize the dominant goal differential for this Smithtown West team, 63-4 coming into this game. They are a very difficult team to score on.
And we've talked so much about West Islip's defense that we really haven't mentioned Smithtown's defense, which has been on complete lockdown this game. They really have not allowed West Islip any type of scoring opportunity. And, you know, as much as we talk about West Islip because the ball's been so much in their defensive end, Smithtown's done a tremendous job as well.
You got to look there at Bernadette Savino, the junior goalkeeper for the Bulls, as West Islip tries to launch an attack through the central mid. Smithtown West now on the counter. Miranda Gibbons. Gibbons around 2 defenders, as Donovan has it taken away. Nice play there by the West Islip defense. Funk keeping it, or rather will throw it in for the Bulls. Looks for Donovan. Donovan heads in the direction of Gibbons, as Funk can't keep it from going out of bounds, and West Islip will have it. But we're starting to see some of the more zone passing deep in the offensive third for Smithtown West. You get a look there at Marissa Funk.
I think Smithtown West is just looking to see where West Islip's going to break. You know, they can see where they bent, but they haven't found that breaking point yet. And I think they're going to try a little bit of everything and you know, see what works for them, obviously. But this game probably mirrors their first meeting.
Donovan keeps it. Harrington trying to wind it up. She's stuffed. Great play there by Julia Impagliazzo, the sophomore, as this one is put on goal. But another excellent play there by Impagliazzo, stopping Harrington in deep.
That really was a great play right here. I mean, coming off of her mark, seeing what was going on, and how smart a defensive play is that, to have the wherewithal to understand that while you're marking somebody, recognizing, though, that your team could get into a little bit of difficulty if you don't step off that mark.
Harrington has been around the goal all game long. She has had chance after chance after chance, just have not been able to capitalize, but Smithtown West continues to knock on the door.
Absolutely. Smithtown West has been applying the pressure now since about the 15-minute mark of the first half, I would say. And they just haven't been able to put it in the cage.
Smithtown West started the game with the 4-2-3-1 formation, featuring Alicia Doust as the lone forward, molded more into a 4-4-2 as the half wore on. They start the second half with that 4-2-3-1. As Doust tries to get on the end of it, Doust gets a left foot on and just puts it over. Alicia Doust, so dangerous, squirting past 3 defenders, just could not put that on goal.
Absolutely not. And when you see here, boy, Doust really right here out hustles her defender, gets it on her foot, and then turns the corner on 2 defenders at that point and just puts it over the top one with her left foot.
And again, you see how dangerous she is in those tight spaces, Coach. Again, 3 defenders there, turning the corner, just could not get the face of her foot on the ball. As Gibbons back the other way. And a foul. This one's going to be on West Islip, so a deep free kick. Dangerous opportunity here for Smithtown West. You can hear the West Islip supporters.